Hello, welcome back to my channel. Another episode of a stencil and a stamp. This time I am using a couple of stamps. I think on the last video I did as well, but they're all from the same company. I'm just trying to I'm trying to challenge myself to use up some stamps I've never used, or not necessarily sets, but stamps. This time I'm going to use the Heffy Doodle Hey There stamp set. This is the first time I've used it, so there's a part of my challenge to use myself. I used the horse, the hay, and the hay bale. And the hay, I use the coordinating dies as well. The other set here goes with this. I store two of my mini sets always together. The hay gets cut out as well. So there's 3 dies that go with these 3 images. I'm going to use a sentiment from the Roundabout Sentiment stamps, and one from What You're Saying. I haven't quite decided what yet, so I put those to the side. I've already got my images Copic colored and off to the side here. I am going to use the Wonderfully Woven stencil. I don't know if you can see that, from Heffy Doodle as well. I am going to use some inks from Gina K Designs. I've got Apple Mint and Lemon Drop. Raven Detail ink from Bruce Monroe for my sentiment. I got some blending brushes from Tailored Expressions. And I have my station, my Wendy Vecchi station, underneath my blending mat. And then of course I will most likely be using my Misty. I have the original and the mini Misty, and I probably will do both. I use both with my card as well. So I already have my card base, or not my card base, my card panel purple taped down to the bottom so it doesn't move. And then I'm going to use the magnets to hold my stencil in place. I'm just kind of playing. I haven't really decided exactly what I wanted to do, so I thought maybe I would just play a little bit. And this is one where I don't want to necessarily use the whole, I'm not going to use the whole stencil. I'm going to just let it fade off just to give a little bit of interest to the background. I wanted a softer ink, so I chose softer inks, and I'm trying not to blend super dark. Like I said, just let it fade off on the edges. Move that to the side, and we'll get Apple Mint, and we'll put that up in here. I want to have white space on my card. Might put a little down in this corner. Need a little more here, just so you can see. Sometimes when you're doing a light, when you're using stencils, you can't quite see what it's going to look like until you actually remove the stencil. I'm going to move this magnet here. I'm just going to make it go down into the corner. Okay, let's see what it looks like. Oh, this magnet is sticking to everything. We'll move it over here. All right, voila. So there is my background. Just kind of fades off into the white. I really like how that works, so we'll put my stencil off to the side. I'm going to remove my purple tape, and we're going to kind of play with this a little bit. I think I'm going to put it this way, and I'm going to put my horse down here, and we're just going to lay the hay. I'm going to save that piece for inside, and I've got my hay. So I think what I'm going to do quick is cut the panel down just a little bit. I tend to like to at least have a matte or a little color behind. I want a little bit more of the white showing on the edges. So I'm cutting it down to 4. And let's see, what is this? Not quite. I'm going to cut just a little bit more off the top here. I'm just using my trimmer off to the side here. Okay, so I've got my card panel. I'm going to grab a card base and somehow in the process of making iCard bases, I went on vacation. I got a little bit of color on each of the edges. So I'm going to use this one, and then it looks like I need to cut it down a little bit more. So I'm going to cut down another whole little hunk off the top there. That works. Okay, and like my last card, which I actually, that I made a video for, I'm going to use some of the Heffy memo tape. I don't know if you've ever used it. It's a low tack tape. I love this stuff. It's kind of like a Post-it note tape, but it's in wide things. You can stamp your images on it, use it as a mask. I like to do it like this so that it, when I want to ink up my whole sides of my base of my card, and I think I'm going to use the green. And I'm going to, even though there's that little spot right there, I'm just going to go with it and use it. And I'm going to just put a little green on the edges. I'm going to put this there. I like the fact that you can put your blending mat over your station and it will hold the, you know, you can blend on it and clean it. The mat cleans so much easier, in my opinion, and I can see it. It's already stained, so why not, right? All right. And then I think, because I've got that one little dot there, we're gonna try something here. Hopefully it'll work. All right, just a little bit of a green edge. Okay. Got a piece of hair in my stamp ink. All right, let's move that off to the side, and we're gonna move the magnets. I am going to keep the memo tape on it for now, just to protect that edge, and I'm gonna dab a few other spots so it looks intentional. So that way that one green spot looks intentional. All right, so let's wipe off the base quick here so we don't get anything on our card while we're working on it. I'm gonna peel off my memo tape, and like I said, I've already reused it once, so I just stick it off to my side and I reuse it over and over. So there, now I've got that. This will be my base. Okay. So I think what I'm going to do first is stamp my sentiment and work on the inside of my card. I'm going to just use my mini Misty on this. And I know I've got the hay, so I'm going to use the hay. And then from the stamp set, I'm going to use the there. This is hey there, hey, hey. And I think puns are fun. I know not everybody likes them, but I think they're fun. I think with card making, sometimes the puns is just what makes it the best. Okay, so we're gonna check that out. Excuse my head. Looks pretty straight. I'm going to quick grab my black ink. Stamp that down, just using my fingertips. We're gonna do one more. That's pretty good. 3 times the charm. Let's check it. I'm just using my fingertips lightly because it's just a word stamp. Okay. And because I'm here, let's just clean it off. Stamp it quick back on my while I'm doing this. If you are new to my channel, thank you for visiting. Please thumbs up if you enjoyed it, comment, subscribe if you want to know when I make a new video. I'm fairly new to YouTube. I am obviously trying to get the 1,000-person goal, so I'd like to be able to do some lives so I can talk to people while I craft. So please share, thumbs up, like, I really appreciate it. So there we've got our hay there. So let's get that glued down so you know where it is. Actually, I'm going to use my Connect glue because I like that for little sentiments, because I don't know if you can see that I can just do little dots on sentiments on all the little pieces. So, you know, the tail of the letters stay down, of the Y or the H. And, oh, and then I dropped it, but that's okay. And oops, I don't want it over quite that far. And then what I tend to do if I get a little extra glue sometimes, or it seeps out, I just kind of dab it with my cloth, one of my cloths. And that kind of picks up a little extra glue. And then if when it dries, I use my adhesive remover to remove any extra if there's any. Okay, so we've got this. Now let's get our little horse on here. I think we're just gonna do a 1-layer card here. No popping stuff up. We're just gonna stick him on down. Get him stuck down. All right. I think I have a big block. Let's put that on there just to hold it in place. And then we're going to stick some of our hay. I got 3 hay bales. Here. Put some glue on all of them. Let's put them. We're just going to stack them, I think. Probably not the best way to have your hay bales. Oops, you know what? I think we're going to put this one like this. We're going to stack him like this on top. Okay. And while that sits up for a minute, I think what I'm going to do is quick go through and see if I just keep all my sequins in a bin like this. See if I can find something that might work. Give us just a little bit of, looks like I found some yellow. These are Honey Golden from Studio Katya. Let's just grab a couple of those out. I think there looks like a couple different sizes. Quick. Grab I feel like we just need a little bit of something over up. Just put a few. I'm going to do 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, and put one here. Try not to think too much about it and just do it. For me, it tends to look just a little bit better. I'll get my jewel picker here. Put a big one there. I like to put my sequins flat side down. I feel like they stick just a little bit better. Let's see if we can find a little one in here. I'll put him up there. Put this one here, and we'll find one more little big one right there. Stick those down. And while they're drying, let's work on the inside of our card. Okay, so I'm going to put that off to the side for a minute. And we're going to grab our original Misty. Careful not to skip my sequins everywhere. I'll clean those up in a minute. And every time I put my card base in my card, I always have to think about it. Which way's the front, which way's the back. So this is the front. I don't know if you can see that. So my sentiment needs to go in there. So let's look at our sentiments here. I actually thought I would do hey there, thinking of you always, I think, is a good one. And I think I'm going to do hugs and kisses. So we'll move those off to the side. So we got hugs and kisses. And then I will say, thinking of you always. And we'll look and see how straight we got that. Pretty darn good, actually. Okay, and then I'm just going to use my Raven Detail ink to ink this up. Let's move my glue off the side here. Well, I know I didn't get it perfect. I think I have to get some of these sequins out of the way because they're making me just a little unlevel. I'll move those up to this front. And what's going on with my, I got a little fuzz, it looks like, on my stamp. I hate when that happens. And that's going to mess that up a little bit. Let's see if it fixes it. If I can fix it. There's a little fuzz on the S on my always. Let's see. But I think we'll go with it. It's handmade. And I think I'm just going to do one more. Get a little extra darkness on the thinking of you. All right. So I also saved one last hay bale to stick in the card. I'm just going to stick that down, make sure my I didn't cover my ink cubes. Just going to stick that down at the bottom corner here. And then last, not least, we will put some glue on our card panel. This is an A2 card. And I make mostly A2 card sizes, and I make some slimline cards. I like both of them. I don't usually make a 5x7 or any of the others just because, I don't know. I just don't, I guess. This is the sizes I prefer. All right, and we'll get this centered on my card. Make sure borders are just enough equal, and there you go. So here's the front panel of my card again. Hey there. Thinking of you always, hugs and kisses. I hope you enjoyed my card and my video. Have a great day. Thanks for stopping by.